Hello. This is going to be a bit of a hot mess. We have a whole crew of people, and today we are going to be talking about our predictions and what we want and what we're looking forward to from tomorrow's DC fandom. We have a massive panel today, and I am so excited.
This is very important. We have someone who hasn't been on the channel yet before.
We do, yeah. Actually, Jake, for the first time ever on the Finally Tailored YouTube channel, welcome.
Is it really first?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I've said no to them probably like a dozen times in the past. So I apologize.
Oh god, yeah. He just keeps turning us down. He's just like, God, I don't want to be on that show.
We've popped the Jake Ginity.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here. This is awesome. I don't get to talk it on our channel tomorrow. I won't be there, so I'm excited to talk a little bit here.
Well, that's good. I'm very glad that we actually get to hear your DC fandom thoughts, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Abby, you look very excited to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you going?
I am excited to be here. I am sorry. I'm excited.
It was this or baseball. Let's be real.
Yeah. I was taking a Snapchat story for my friends. Anyway, besides the point. I was gonna say squad goals, but anyway, I'm very excited to talk DC with all of you.
And Paige, thank you so much for joining us. How you going?
Oh, thank you guys. You still haven't adopted me yet into your Australian family, but I forgive you guys, I guess.
That's fair.
We're doing our
Tell you
best.
this every time I wipe my own ass, but you still won't adopt me, so it's whatever.
Marisol, how are you?
I'm great. I'm feeling good. I should probably have a little coffee, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here.
Is it like 11:30 at night?
It's my bedtime, yeah.
That's fair. Adam.
Hi, Jacob.
How you going? Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm still recovering from the last time I was on your channel, but I'm well. Paige is right. She's completely housebroken. You should definitely have her over for parties.
I met him last weekend. I don't think I peed my pants in front of him. So
she was completely civil. I was almost disappointed, but still very badass. Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here to discuss some FANDOME things.
Brian, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, no problem. I'm doing good. My eye keeps going over Jesse's shoulder, hoping his cat will walk by. Haven't seen him yet, so
yeah.
You summoned it.
Perfect timing.
Goose nose.
And of course, Jesse, who missed out on the heartbreak and just wanting everyone wanting to murder Jacob session that was last week. How are you?
I think you guys just hurt me too many times is what happened. And I all of a sudden had a busy schedule.
That actually makes so much sense. It's not even funny. So. All right.
Legit, so many things going on. I cannot wait to talk about this. I think last year's was a surprise in a pretty good way.
Yeah.
Now everything's in production now. Like everything that they're going to talk about, they're working on. It's not just hearsay.
So everything's in production for about a week.
Until Monday. Until Monday.
Yeah. So
we should also say most of it's in pre-production, probably. But yeah.
Before we all start, just wanted to say we all very much stand with the union and their choice and their decision to strike. If it does go ahead, obviously on Monday, and everything we're predicting today is very much out of fanness, but it's not. It obviously doesn't mean more to people's livelihoods.
Isn't important. I just want to get excited for what's coming when it comes.
Yeah. Exactly.
We've dealt with COVID. I'm ready for things to be delayed.
Just please don't ever cancel the Golden Globes again. What will we do?
But obviously that we're all very excited for what's coming, and this is going to be really fun, and we're all very much looking forward to it. But it obviously doesn't take over from the importance that is going on in Hollywood right now. So just wanted to get that over and done with before people start saying that we're putting people's livelihood over instead of so we're putting movies over people's livelihoods. Absolutely not.
Well, you are, Jacob, but none of us.
Yes, I am. Yeah, that's fair. I am.
That was fully scripted.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Fully scripted. Yes, I wrote that.
I
and
wrote that for
and.
you. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it
All
past
right. So first up, let's talk about. Look, I think this is probably what they end the show with. What they do end the 3-hour stream tomorrow with. It obviously starts tomorrow, where it's going to be about a 3.5 hour stream. They're saying that is just everything all encompassing of DC. They haven't given a schedule, which has made this show so much easier to do because I don't have a very nice breakdown of what I can and can't do.
You just have very vague teaser trailers to go off of. That's everything that they already showed last year. They're like, look at all the cool things you'll see. I'm like, none of this is new. But thanks for hyping me up.
Basically. So let's start with the one thing that we absolutely 100% know that we are getting, and that
Blue
is,
Beetle.
of course, Blue Beetle. Yes, Jesse said it correctly. We are absolutely 100% getting Blue Beetle. No, the Batman trailer. We are absolutely going to get the Batman trailer. They've been teasing it all week. Probably going to be the last thing we get this week from this event. Paige, I want to start with you. What do you want from this Batman trailer, and what are you expecting?
All right. So what I want is to see Batterson naked or shirtless. Don't know if we'll get that, but the movie is going to be rated R, so who knows? I mean, we got to see a side glimpse of Ben Affleck's PP and Gone Girl, so maybe they can do this.
Yet.
I like Paige's version so far, though. Keep going.
Yeah.
Well,
It
I think this
doesn't
will
matter.
happen.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
you
if
can
the
still
movie,
get
though,
everything butt shot. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
at least a butt shot, something like that. No, for me though, I don't know. I definitely want to see more of the Riddler. I mean, we got to see that little glimpse of the teaser poster of him today, but I want to see like him like up close and personal. Like I want the second trailer to kind of be more based on him than Batman, I guess, which is kind of weird because I'm really excited to see Robert Pattinson as Batman. But I don't know. I'm just so pumped for this movie overall. We should have gotten this movie like last week.
We should.
So.
I mean, the second release date was 2 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
we could have had a Halloween Batman movie, which is devastating. Marisol, what are you wanting from this trailer?
I love my DC and my DCU. I love it dark, and I want it to just keep twisting darker and deeper. I already feel good about it. I just don't want it to be a fluke. I don't want it to pull its punches and we realize that we're being sold like a more intense movie than we're actually going to get, and we're going to get a safer movie. I want to see some shit that really upsets me, because I know Pattinson looks really dirty. You know, he looks dark. He looks like he's covered in soot, but I want to see a little more intensity in the trailer. I'm not as hot. I'm not as I want him to go creepier. I don't want hot Pattinson. I want more like kind of
emo
creepy
Spider-Man
and
for
comfortable.
Batman.
Yeah, I want creepy and comfortable creep Pattinson.
Yes.
That's
Dude, I feel you, girl, on that. I'm all about dark superhero movies. And that's what I want in this so badly. Oh,
I want
Give me
to
dark and gritty.
turn this Batman away from the one that we've seen many versions of, the Clooney, the Bale, the Kilmer, the Playboy. Even Affleck. I want this one to firmly kind of move on from Playboy Batman. And I want more of that in the trailer.
so Marisol's answer is better than mine. So there's that. But I think she wants to see his
No.
butt too. She wants to see Pattinson's butt
they're
too.
It's gonna be hard to
Equally-
top that extended that BBS that bat flick butt shot that we got in that. That was pretty. I think that was pretty plump. I don't know if Pattinson's gonna top that, but we'll see.
Jake, what do you want?
Well, honestly, I don't necessarily need this trailer. I was sold on everything I saw last year. Like, I could have happily gone into this movie without seeing anything else. But the fact that we are getting something, more Riddler. I want to see like a full shot of him in the get up, just everything about Paul Dano in that role. I'm a Matt Reeves fanboy. I love what he did with the Planet of the Apes franchise. So give me anything Matt Reeves plus Batman. Like, I'm all on board for it. But I agree with what Marisol said. I think we need to get a different version of Bruce Wayne / Batman. We've had so many movies about this character. Like, it needs to be something different as far as the character goes. And then I think the biggest thing for me is I want to see like Detective Batman. Like, I want to see old school, like getting into the deets of finding the clues of what really established Batman as the character he is. And I hope that they do this with this character. So, or this version of the character, I should say. But I think Pattinson's going to kill it. I think he's absolutely going to kill it. So,
all right, Adam, what are you after?
Well, I don't envy Matt Reeves, being in this position. I feel like making a Batman movie now, after everything we've lived through, is a tall order. Everyone has different expectations. So I hope that he just hasn't lost sight of making his movie. I hope he's not playing the expectations game with himself too much and just sticking to his guns and just making a focused, coherent story that's really, really cool. The trailer I've seen so far is promising, but for me, it seemed to so far, and it's just one trailer, it seemed kind of reminiscent of Nolan a little more than I would have liked. I think realism in Batman can be a good thing, but I don't think we need to treat it to a fault. I want this to be distinct from Nolan's movies. That's a big thing for me. I'm really excited about the Riddler coming back as a major character and being, more grounded, more intimidating. Paul Dano does nothing but get punched in movies. So I don't like his odds in this once Batman tracks him down, especially since the one thing we've seen him do in that trailer is beat the living shit out of one dude, like excessively. And that was kind of cool to watch. But anyway, I'm excited about the action. I want to see a little bit more of Colin Farrell's Oswald Cobblepot. It's kind of an interesting look they gave the character. And we know Selena Kyle's in this, Zoe Kravitz. I just don't want it to be too crowded. Like those characters can all be lingering, but I'm hoping the Riddler is the big bad here.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Abby?
I am very excited to see Selena Kyle in Catwoman. That is something that I'm just really anticipating. I think I'm kind of similar to Jake in the sense of I'm already sold on this movie, and even considering that the first trailer we got was everything that they had filmed at that point, like pre-COVID lockdown, is like shows just how sick this movie is going to be. So I'm kind of already just here for it. And if I'm going to watch the trailer, but I already like have mentally bought my ticket. So
Brian?
I want to hear more music coming from it. Hopefully, like kind of. I'm obsessed with the
Giacchino.
The end of the first trailer when the logo's coming up. That like whatever. It sounds like a guy like grunt whatever. I
Do the sound for us.
Yeah, no. But I'm curious if they stick to more music without words in the trailer, kind of just like give us more like of the actual Batman.
You want to hear the Batman score. You want to hear the Batman theme, like his the new Batman theme. I'm very keen for that.
I'm sure you agree with me too. Because
I do. Did anybody see the video of Giacchino doing that? The Batman theme? There was like a big
so that one came out. I'm pretty sure that one came out just before the last DC Fandom. I think that was the.
Was there not a recent one? Maybe I just saw it late then. I think there was a recent one.
There was a recent one. Like
there was like a full like length of the actual score.
I think it was about a minute long, a minute and a half.
Was dark as hell, but it was incredible.
It sounded Hans inspired, but like
but not Hans. Not like Hans has a very like heroic version to his. This one felt very, very dark.
Visceral.
Yeah.
Love it.
It was awesome.
I feel like the music's gonna make this even more broody than our normal Batman. And I think that's kind of exciting.
I'm hoping we get Batman and not the entire movie, but certain scenes in the vein of that Darth Vader Rogue One scene. You know, like we want him to be the psycho killer coming down the hallway for criminals.
Something like a la Netflix's Daredevil hallway scene, but Batman.
Jesse.
All right, so I'll have you guys know that I have relished in the fact that you waited till last because I decided to take notes this time, so I'll go through them real quick. I love that this seems to be leaning more on what I liked about the Michael Keaton Batman, which is he rich? Yes. But is he a super charismatic playboy? Absolutely not. He is a recluse. He's damaged, as he would be, as Batman is. Anybody in their right mind does not dress up as a bat and go crusading across the night. So I much more appreciate Batman with problems. I would like another Nirvana song. Why not? A little more plot, not a lot. I just need a teensy bit because they'd only been filming for like a few weeks last time. I would love to go into the questionable history with the Waynes, a la the Telltale games. I think that was an inspired plot choice. Gadgets. Give me damn gadgets. There's never enough bat gadgets in these movies. I want to see the Batmobile in action, more Selena Kyle, like Abby said, and a certain brutality that separates it from any other incarnations. Batfleck came close. I really like what they did with like the warehouse scene and stuff, but like I love that like that was the best choreographed Batman fight scene. I love that little tease we got in the last trailer where it didn't feel choreographed. It was raw and unleashed. And I was like, this is a man that's just brutal and unrefined. I need Andy Serkis, Alfred. I need that. I need to see it. And more evidence of the long Halloween influence that we all know it's taking from. There we go.
How do you feel about Batsuit nipples?
I like that it looks like the gun from his parents' killer is like his chest piece.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so metal.
Adam's already mentioned but the thing that I'm most curious about this trailer that I'm really fascinated to see is I really want to see Penguin. I want to see what they're doing and more. I want to see if he actually looks like Colin Farrell or if it really is just the shots they gave were just the weird shots where it looks absolutely nothing like him. Because that is weird how like every shot we've gotten so far looks absolutely nothing like Colin Farrell, which is really great. The other big thing that I really want is another Nirvana song because my God, the way that they did that first trailer with Nirvana was incredible. So that's the thing I'm really looking forward to. Babe.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need another trailer either. They basically gave me everything that I was like, okay, I like the tone of the first trailer we got. I like the look of it. I'm really excited about the cast. And the music was great. That's usually one of the top things that sells me and really helps me set a tone for what I'm getting. That being said, I would not say no to just dirty, just all in there. Our bats, just, let's take Paige's vision and Marisol's vision, just like shirtless, but like dirty and just like sucking people in the face. Just like, like that's the vibe.
Like
just,
a murderous
just
chimney sweep.
With like the eyeliner thing going on, just, like all of it. That's what I'm waiting. And then throw some Hans Zimmer vibes in there and you're just like, perfect. That's what I need.
All right. Fair. We did get a Streamlabs, so I do want to thank you so much, Brendan Marr. He asks a question for the entire panel. Hello there. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces. What has been your favorite DC film so far? It doesn't just have to be the DCEU. So I'm going to kick this off with Paige. What is your favorite DC film?
Ooh, I mean, it's either... I'm just gonna say it because Man of Steel. Dark Knight obviously is like, I think to me Dark Knight I think is like the best superhero film besides Logan that we've gotten. But Man of Steel, I truly enjoy that flick and I like it so much. And yes, Jesse, Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill. Please and thank you.
Marcel.
It's neck and neck between Wonder Woman and Superman 78. It's neck and neck. Wonder Woman, Superman before 2017. Superman the movie. always a number one, never has ever changed. But Wonder Woman meant so much to me personally, and I'd never felt that much and cried this much over a fucking superhero movie in my life. And it just was everything I could have wanted it to be. Oh, that No Man's Land scene. God, do I have to pick between those two? I
mean, you don't have to pick. Like that's
no Wonder Woman. No, Wonder Woman. For everything I just said,
All right.
Wonder Woman. I just adore Superman the movie though. God,
Yeah.
that's that Wonder Woman though.
All right, Jake.
This is hard. This is really hard. I think for me, just and this probably changes every other day. I would say Batman '89.
Ooh.
I don't know what it is about that movie, but I think I've watched the most out of all the Batman movies. I love the Nolan films. I actually prefer Begins over The Dark Knight. I'm one of those people. But I just love the vibe that they gave Batman with Keaton and the world that they created in that '89 film. So I'd probably go with that one.
Okay. Adam?
Maybe. I don't know.
Kenneth Johnson just wove this amazing fantasy with steel that just really holds up. No.
I almost said Jonah Hex on everyone's reaction, but
No, I'm with Jake. Without overthinking it, it's Batman 1989 for me as well. It's the first superhero movie of any from any comic book company that captured my interest and my imagination that way. And it's one that I go back to repeatedly, that holds up very well. And the dated aspects of it I find very charming. And it's just cool to trace everything we love back to that movie in so many ways. To Marisol's point, Superman really broke things wide open, but Batman was a great counterpoint to it a little over a decade later. And I also think it's a great companion piece to Beetlejuice too. So because I just love the dichotomy of those characters and how they actually have a lot in common, and just the Tim Burtonness of it all. So Batman.
Abby?
I've been trying to pick between three this entire time since the question was asked, but I have kind of a random top three of Superman 78, Snyder Cut, and Birds of Prey, which is I can't think of why I like one more than the other two, but I'll probably just say Birds of Prey because I am a basic bitch for Harley Quinn, and that was everything that 2016 Suicide Squad would have meant to me if it had been good. And so it was just one of the best times at the theater to watch just a developed female character of Harley Quinn like that. So I'll say Birds of Prey.
Tell.
All right, well, I'm going to jump on this basic bitch train for Harley Quinn and say Birds of Prey gave me everything that I could have possibly wanted in a movie. I want everything that she has ever worn in that movie to be transported into my wardrobe immediately. But I really love the tone of the film. I think the casting is perfect. I left the theater just so excited that we had got a movie like that out of the DCEU, because I don't know if we'll ever get one like that ever again, just because of the way that it was received. I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to get that again. So I'm glad we at least got one. And then I'm going to go with an old school pick as well. I'm going to throw some Tim Burton in there, but I'm going Batman Returns. Because, excuse me, Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman is everything. Everything.
Fair.
I don't even know how to tell you how much of my aesthetic that entire movie is. I love Burton's take on this world, and I just am so glad that we got it, because I don't know if we'll ever see that again with the way that the DC goes now. So the fact that we have it is just makes me very happy. Makes my dark but quirky soul very happy.
Brian.
A Green Lantern.
Nailed it.
Wait, isn't that?
Don't
that's-
steal my
that's
joke,
the-
you
sorry,
son of a
that's-
bitch.
That's the sequel to the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. You're doing the Green Lantern, right?
Yeah. Honestly, coin toss, basic being Man of Steel, but Choo Choo, get me on that basic bitch train because I actually really do love Birds of Prey.
Yes, Brian.
That
Yes.
movie
Same
is just
shit.
so wacky, but like done so well. I actually really do love that movie quite a bit. So yeah.
Jesse.
V for Vendetta. Well, I mean that's a great movie, but Vertigo, it kind of counts. Probably Man of Steel. It's like my most watched in theaters DC movie. It's the one I have most publicly and passionately had to defend, justify, and I even made a video essay on one of my older channels. It's the only movie I've ever done that for. So there it is.
Cheers, Jesse.
Also one of my first man crushes. So
Look, I'm gonna be the base. I'll be the most. Oh, look. Okay, everyone said the answer that I would give. Like, I would give Man of Steel over this movie. I would give Batman '89 over this movie, and I would give Superman, the original Superman the movie over this movie. But no one said it, and that's The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is a modern masterpiece, and it is an absolutely incredible film. It is my fourth best one. The best one to me would be Batman '89. It's the best Batman movie. It's the best DC film. But everyone else has already said that, so I'm going to throw my hat in for The Dark Knight.
Hey,
All
Chuck
right.
Caslow's got a good one though. Never went to
Hood.
theaters,
Yes,
but that's a
Red
damn good
Hood.
movie.
Yes,
Fire.
the animated one. Well, actually, okay, that's a good segue. Now, I don't know how many people here are massive fans of the animated DC films that they do.
I'm behind now, but there's some good stuff in there.
But
Mhm.
do we think we're going to get anything from that this weekend? We know Injustice is coming up in a couple of weeks. If anyone wants to talk, I'm not going to go ask to everyone in the panel because I don't know how many people are massive fans of these. I wasn't the biggest fan of The Long Halloween. That really broke my heart because I love that comic book so much.
So good.
Does anyone actually want to talk about these animated films and whether or not that they think we're going to get anything, new surprises or anything? Jesse, you seem to know a lot about these.
I have watched a lot of them, and I think something that they're starting to do now is they realize the longer they were stretching out their like New 52 adaptations, the less successful they were getting, like ending with the Apocalypse War or Darkseid War, whichever that last one was called. And so I think it's good that they're now like, hey, well, maybe let's just adapt individual stories and go that way. I just wish that they get some better talent behind it because I think the voice talent for Long Halloween was superb. I think Jensen Ackles is appropriately, he went from voicing Red Hood to now voicing Batman. I think that's appropriate. Awesome. Injustice is my favorite DC storyline of all time. I was so excited when they announced it and I saw the first trailer. I started getting a little concerned, and now everything I've heard about it is absolute dumpster fire. So my heart is crushed.
That he made me read the whole Injustice comic series.
Well, I guess
You know how many of those damn things there are? There's a
we're
lot.
just gonna have to keep reading and playing games, man. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen parts from that, like the New Frontier. It's an interesting style animation for like the Justice Society stuff. That was great. Some of the one-offs they do, like Assault on Arkham, which is the best Suicide Squad movie to me, including the Suicide Squad.
That new one's awesome.
The new Suicide Squad is great, but Assault on Arkham is the what's up.
All right.
Yeah. Galaxy Geeks is asking, IGN is the last one that I watched most recently, and they gave it a 4 out of 10.
Ooh, that's so rough.
But the fact that it looked like they were trying to do so much in one movie automatically gave me red flags. And they're like, oh, it's the people behind the Mortal Kombat movies. I was like, those have been getting really bad. So,
All right. Does anyone else want to talk about the animated ones, or give
me another Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Yeah, those were good. All right, let's move on to. All right, the reason we're here, let's talk about the actual upcoming DCEU, and we do have a Streamlabs because I think this is probably the other trailer we're getting. Do you think we're going to? If this is from Mike K. Do you think we're going to see a full trailer for Black Adam or just a behind-the-scenes featurette? Mike, thank you so much for the Streamlabs and the donation. I will be genuinely shocked if we do not get a trailer at this point. The movie opens in June next year.
Full trailer.
I think we're going to get at minimum a teaser. At absolute minimum, we're getting a teaser. Jake?
I think it's a full trailer. I just saw this post the other day, but did you know? Maybe you knew. I didn't know this. The Rock was casted as Black Adam in 2007.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
That's real.
I knew it was
remember
long,
that.
but I didn't know it was that long. The post said The Rock's been casted as Black Adam longer than the MCU's been alive.
I graduated
is
high school
crazy.
when he got cast.
That is.
I was 7.
That's nuts.
Wait, you were what?
I was 7.
I gotta go.
Like everyone else on this panel is questioning their life
Yeah.
choices.
I'm like, where? Yeah.
I'm like, I
Sorry.
just felt like
Seven?
that part. I just felt like that part in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where Paul Rudd is like, he's like, that makes me 40.
Yeah, like how old am I now?
He realizes how old
I know.
he is.
I try not to flex my age on you guys all the time.
What age? There's none there.
I got you. You were born in the 2000s.
I'm 99. I'm
Oh, okay.
a 90s baby. I am
Okay,
younger
still a
than.
90s
Or
baby.
wait, no, I'm not older than Phantom Menace. I'm like a month younger
Aw.
than Phantom Menace. I was.
Anyway,
Phantom Menace was like
Anyway.
my first theatrical experience that I remember.
that's
Right?
not
Okay.
the only. I don't think that's the only reason why though they need to drop a trailer. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Fandom end last year with him basically saying, "I'm coming for everybody"?
Yeah.
Wasn't that his big thing inside the
But-
channel?
Yeah, so his big thing in the panel was they did like everyone thought we'd actually going to get trailer last year, and they hadn't shot the thing. So
But now it's been done
how?
filming for like a month or so.
Yeah, it's been done filming for a while now.
Oh, they're
so-
actually finished. I didn't know
yeah.
they were done.
Yeah, so, well, it comes out June next year.
Yeah, true. What am I saying?
We're
When
getting a
does,
full
so-
trailer.
when does Shazam 2 come out though?
After Shazam
2023.
started filming. After.
Okay, so there's I was worried. I didn't want them coming out too close together.
No,
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
so next year's Black Adam. So there's 3 movies next year. Batman, Black Adam, and another one we're going to talk about later. So they're the
Does that include
3
the
that
HBO movies.
no, that's just the theatrical ones that in theaters from DC. So I'd be shocked if we don't get a Black Adam trailer. Marisol, what do you think? You're muted. Marisol, you're muted. There you
Sorry.
go.
Sorry, I had it still on mute. No. Like I feel like not only has he been cast forever, but like I see like The Rock is still talking about Black Adam whenever he gets a chance, and I feel like he will personally make sure that we have footage from that film.
Yeah.
Especially if it's done filming. I think we're gonna get a really toit 60-second teaser. That's what I think we're gonna get.
Tweet.
Adam.
Toit.
Yeah, I'm excited about the way this project's evolved, especially given the success of Shazam. I like the idea of retrofitting this villain into the franchise so that they can cross paths later on. And the thing I think that really worked for Shazam is it was kind of modest with its ambition. There were mystical forces and whatnot, but it was kind of a small movie despite that. And I like that, they can build upon that and hopefully still keep the fun in it. But yeah, I like that this is a passion project of Dwayne Johnson. So hopefully that translates. Remind me who's attached to direct this one?
It's his. It's
San Andreas guy, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's San Andreas guy.
Oof.
Yeah,
Okay.
San Andreas guy.
Yeah.
Was that Brad Payton or Russell Marshall?
Oh no, sorry, no, not Jungle Cruise guy. Jungle Cruise.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how may Colette Sarah?
And
Yeah.
That's
Jungle
I mean
Cruise was
that's an upgrade for him.
Alright.
He did nothing but make the Liam Neeson movies that everyone forgot about for a long time. But
Although The Shallows was good.
yes, it was. I'm excited about this. What I was going to say is what I really want is a live action adaptation of this. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe.
That's fair.
Batman kicks Triclops in the face.
I do have to say that's the only Injustice comic I don't own.
It's a good one.
I have
It's a
everything
good
else.
one. Batman, Superman, He-Man beat the shit out of each other. But no, I'm excited about Black Adam. It's not like my most anticipated movie, but given its gestation period, I'm really eager to see what it finally ends up being.
I think my biggest trepidation, and it's always been my trepidation about this movie, it was the day they cast The Rock. Black Adam needs to be a villain. Like, I want him as a villain-esque type character.
You think we're gonna get a Venom issue again?
I have a feeling
100%. Because
and
think
that's
about
my
it.
fear.
Think about it.
Deadshot.
If we're getting evil Black Adam, his goal is going to be to kill the little kids in Shazam.
And I just can't see The Rock, the Rock's current image. 20 years ago, probably a great casting. Probably like when in 2007, when he's still heel WWE Rock, it probably works. His image now, I don't know if we're going.
He plays
to
the
get
hero and
full-
everything. He plays.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get full blown villain.
When was the last time he was a
Black
bad
Adam.
guy?
Well, it's going to be exactly what happened.
The other
when
guys
they
is the last time he was a bad guy.
Yeah, it's going to be
The
exactly
Mummy
what happened when they
Returns.
cast Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith is Deadshot. Like, he
Yeah.
That
wasn't
CGI
really
was the real villain.
So I'm that's my one trepidation about this movie. It's the one thing I'm slightly worried about.
Especially if, I mean, we don't actually know what's happening anymore in terms of like the overall tone of the DCEU because it's all over the place.
It's the
And
best part.
especially,
Screw the tone.
well, but it makes it harder for me to tell if they're gonna go with an actual villain Black Adam or if they're gonna go along with the tone of Shazam, where a lot of it there were some darker moments in Shazam, but it's definitely overall has a lighter tone. And I'm curious.
That's what I'm kind of worried about with this film too, is because I don't know much about Black Adam, but I'm with Marisol. I love dark and gritty superhero films, and I think that's why I enjoy the DC so much, because they actually will sometimes give that to us. Hot take: I did not like Shazam because I felt like it was too lighthearted, and I wanted like a darker, grittier film than like a family. Like all superhero films should be family friendly, but no. That's what we have our MCU for. So give us DC, give us dark and gritty. So I just hope they do justice to the villain and actually give him that, not just here's The Rock, everyone loves him now. He's not really a villain. So
Can I have a hot
that's
take
my
comeback?
yeah.
My hot take comeback is I like Shazam more than half of the MCU.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
Roughly, maybe
I mean,
like 40%.
I mean, was
I'd
that
probably
really
be
that
on-
hot of a take?
Yeah, I'd probably be
Yeah,
around the same mark. I'd probably actually be around the same mark.
Because like
I mean, Shazam is like my number 3 DCEU movie.
Yeah,
so,
I'd probably be around the same mark actually.
all right, cool.
yeah.
Abby, what do you think of Black Adam?
I'm hype. I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson with all of my heart. I think at the very least we'll probably get like one of those like on the set, like, and it's him like on the set just talking, being like coming soon. I don't know. The MCU does those sometimes, but yeah, I don't really know that much. I don't have a lot of background on Black Adam or Shazam, so I can't really speak to any of that. But I'm hype. I am a little weary of just like the villain, like villain as a protagonist issue. But you know, you would hope that when people are making billion-dollar movies, that hopefully they're good. So we'll see.
Mike, I just want to say thank you so much for the super chat. He put up his comment. If you really want a good Black Adam story, check out the DC Weekly Series 52 from the mid 2000s. Thank you so much for the super chat. Is that who haven't I gone to for Black Adam?
I have a lot more
Me.
to say when you
Oh,
I just
right.
think-
So
I just think it's going to be a long teaser, like a longer than normal teaser. Not to the length of a trailer, but just
like a
like
minute 30 maybe. No, that's
yeah,
not-
yeah. That's
but
probably about where it'll be, about minute 30, anywhere between a minute 30.
all right. Sorry about that. Alrighty. let's move on to.
Not you.
Oh, sorry, Jesse. Sorry, Jesse. Yes.
I just really quickly, we have not brought up. I also looked up the wrong movie. That's a Shazam 2 cast. But the cast in Black Adam, I think what DC is doing very well is when there's something that we as a society or a group of geeks might be less excited about, like a Black Adam movie, they are filling it with things that we care more about, or at least for me. Pierce Brosnan, Dr. Fate, I am more excited about that than anything else that exists in the movie. The Justice Society, more excited about that than The Rock. I could give less of half a shit about The Rock as Black Adam.
Especially when he kills them all.
Kill Dr. Fate.
Look.
Spoiler alert.
Aldous Hodge as Hawkman has me very excited. I
I
will say that. Aldous Hodge in a movie today has me very excited. So
Jesse, quote me now. He's gonna kill them all.
You don't.
He's not going to kill.
I will be very okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be very annoyed if Aldous. Look, Pierce Brosnan dying in this movie is fine. Dr. Fate dying, I'd be fine. Whatever. You kill. I look. These movies have found a way to do it.
But
Aldous Hodge dying in this one, I'll be pissed. If you tell me, oh, we get Aldous Hodge for a one and done, I'm gonna be really annoyed. It's the one thing that drove me mad about Birds of Prey. It's the only thing that I don't like about Birds of Prey is that Ewan McGregor is a one and done. I really wanted Ewan McGregor to stick around.
Jaimon Houndstooth's coming back. We might get more with the Wizard, which I think is a fascinating thing. And there was Thanagarian ships on set, so we're gonna get some backstory stuff about Hawkman. Again, I care about all of this more than Black Adam.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's move on to the next. I'm going to go back to the other super chats in a minute, just so that we can keep moving on. So we have mentioned the other two movies that are coming out next year. So the last movie that's coming out next year. So that is, of course, The Flash. I have a theory that this is probably the one teaser that they're holding back, and this is what they end the show on. I think this is the last thing we get, and the end of the show will be. We will see a lot of Ben Affleck. We will see a lot of Ezra Miller. The final shot of the teaser is Michael Keaton, not as Batman, but as Bruce Wayne. We don't get Keaton as.
I think we see him.
I think we get the suit. I think we get him in the manor. Not in the suit.
I think it would be huge missed opportunity if you did not have a shot of him in the suit at your biggest event.
I'm Batman.
You know how quick that will go viral? That would be the biggest.
Here is my reason why. You don't show Han Solo in the first teaser. You show it in the second. That's everybody knows. I know. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying
70 million times.
But that's why I'm saying it's a year out. It is still a year out, and I think that's why we're going to get it. We're going to get Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne in this one, and then in the second trailer is when you show him in the suit. That's what, because in the second trailer you can drop that at its own event. They're already going to get so much press this weekend because of the Batman trailer itself, because of Black Adam.
Andy Muschietti has already put out 2 photos of the Keaton bat suit. He is anxious to put it out there.
Yeah, that's why I do think we're gonna see Keaton in the bat suit, and I think that's gonna be the last thing you see in the trailer. It's probably just panning up to his face.
It's gonna be very similar to what they did with Doc Ock in the No Way Home trailer, right? The title card pops up, and then the last thing we see is him in the suit. Boom, black screen. That's what I'm feeling.
He's gonna walk up to him and be like Barry Allen. He's gonna be like, "Wait, who are you?" "I'm Batman." Cut to black. Cut to black.
Fair. I still have a feeling we're going to get the who the hell are you, and it turn around and it's Keaton, and it's just as him as Bruce Wayne. I don't think we're getting Batman. Abby, what do you think?
I was gonna argue that when you want an event like this to trend, I would say people my age that aren't super into movies would recognize like Ben Affleck more than Michael Keaton, but you guys just made good points for like why they'll probably just show Michael Keaton instead first. So that's like what I was thinking. But I don't know. I also don't know where to stand on this is a personal issue, but where to stand on Ezra Miller because he like punched that woman in Sweden or whatever. But anyway,
it's what I just said about being more excited for everything in the movie than the title character.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's
Same thing.
not even because of that. I don't even care about bear him as the character. Like he doesn't
No,
interest me as the character at all.
It's kind of
Yeah,
sad that we're less excited about the main characters of 2 out of the 3 movies.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've always had that issue. Like, he was one of my biggest problems with anything having to do with Justice League. I just don't think he plays the character well. I don't connect with him as the character. I feel like it was a huge miscast, just overall. And then you get these stories coming out that maybe he's not a good person, and it's like, well, now I really just don't want anything to do with. But even pushing all of the personal stuff aside, I just have never really been a big fan of a lot of his work. So when they're like Flash movie, I'm like, damn, I really wish I was excited about the Flash in the
And they're
Flash
selling
movie.
And there was
selling
so many things going on with that film, though, too. Like so many rewrites. They couldn't keep a director. Like that's why I'm very intrigued. Like where this movie's gonna like what path it's gonna take in a sense too. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the It movies from Andy Muschietti, so I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. But yeah, I just care more about all the Batmans being in the movie. I feel like than anything else. So.
Also, Batfleck has a new bat cycle in this one that looks pretty dope that one of the stunt guys got hurt on. But the set photos look pretty sick. So
what else? Sorry, Adam. What do you think we're going to get from this trailer? If we get a trailer at all, what do you think? What do you think we get announced for this movie?
Well, you know, the thing that's tough for the Flash is and has been tough for this character in film has been the decent success of the show, which I tapped out on a while ago, but I know it's got a solid fan base, but it also, I know it's gotten deep into like the Flash Rogues Gallery and all these different timelines and stuff. So it's hard to imagine a single film setting up DC's multiverse in a single movie when that show has had better part of half a dozen seasons to dig really deep into it. So, and I'm just a casual observer of that show and I'm aware of that. So the hardcore fans are going to be like looking at this movie under a microscope. So I think that's a tall order. They played, musical directors on this for a while. I know Zemeckis was attached for a hot second. I was like, he's not doing that movie. That's not going to happen. That is not happening. I would have liked to see his version, but that was just a fantasy. And I think Muschietti is a good company man for Warner Brothers to do this. Like David F. Sandberg, I don't want these horror guys to keep getting pigeonholed into superhero movies and then like forget how to make good horror movies. Because that happens sometimes. But I am excited to see his take. And we all know the Batman stuff is going to like upstage the Flash. And yeah, Ezra Miller as an actor for me is hit or miss. I think he's talented, but he makes a lot of executive decisions as an actor that it can be really obnoxious. And I understand if no one on this panel watched the new version of The Stand, but someone in the audience probably did. And good God, he is unbearable in that show. He literally screams like a Nazgul in it. And it's literally, that's what he does. It's bad. He plays the trash can man. I want to see the Flash. I want it to be good. I want to be won over to this version of the character. And I want it to be his movie. As far as the Batman stuff is concerned, I just want Michael Keaton to have like that cliche scene where he shows up in Ben Affleck's, office and Affleck's like, no, get out of here. And then Keaton puts him through a table. That would be enough for me.
I just want to jump in real quick and say, I kind of want to piggyback off of that as someone who really was into the Flash TV show for a couple of seasons and was really into what they were doing. It's not fair, but to me, going from loving what Grant was doing with the character, what Grant Gustin was doing, and then seeing Ezra Miller get cast as someone who's not a huge fan of Ezra Miller, that really makes it tough for me, especially when I think the show was doing really great things for a couple seasons. And then, you know, got to shout this out because she's a big deal on our channel because of Robert Parker, but Danielle Panabaker, fan favorite, is also in the Flash. So it's a tough thing because I do think the TV show did a lot of setting things up. It did a lot of deep diving. A lot of people loved the casting, and then being like, well, we're just going to scrap all that and try to movie this.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I hope it's good. I hope it proves me wrong. I never want to go into a movie rooting for it to fail. That's not the case. I'm just worried about it because there's a lot for me personally that it has going against it.
Yeah. Marisol, what are your thoughts on the Flash film?
Actually, I'm nothing but kind of enthusiastic. There's gambles that I completely get why everybody's, you know, like I completely get why it could go either way for a lot of people, but I'm leaning towards the right like risks, but I think the right kind of risks. Ezra Miller, I completely agree with you, Adam, about his impulses not being there, but he takes direction so well. And when left to his own devices, that's, I think, in all the Ezra Miller performances, that's where he stumbles. But when he's guided by a really competent dramatic director, like shit like We Need to Talk About Kevin or something like that, he is scarily good. And then talk about a capable director, Muschietti. I don't have a connection, like a deep, long connection to the It films or the It story, but I think that Muschietti does a great job, as many horror directors do, with understanding storytelling and character origins and what makes people tick and how to invest in character to flesh out a story properly, whatever it is, whether it's horror or superhero shit or whatever. And I think what he did with the It movies and the excellent character building in the It films bodes really, really well for kind of getting the movie audience up to speed on what you're saying, Taylor, like the work that the Flash TV series did. So, like, you know, I think he has the chops, the storytelling chops to understand what is important to make the best use of like a 2-hour film and really establish Flash on screen as a completely rounded character, and get us all caught up to speed with everything that needs to be said about the character, and still make like a very, very, you know, engaging, exciting, like viscerally exciting film. And I think that he will direct Ezra Miller really well, because Ezra Miller, left to his own devices, I think is a little batshit, but especially in like a big,
That's kind.
Especially like a big special effects feature where he doesn't even get direction enough, like David Yates in the Potter films. He looks clueless. But I think I know it's a gamble, but I feel nothing but confident, honestly, for all the reasons that I just said about the Flash movie. I'm excited.
I will agree. Andy Muschietti was a brilliant choice as director, and I think him is one of the reasons I am very excited, because It Chapter 1 is a damn near masterpiece. Jake, I know you have to run really soon, so I just want to ask you very quickly, give me your biggest prediction, hot take.
Hold on. If you're gonna do that.
Oh yeah, okay. So we do have some
because there's one that basically says that.
Yeah. So here is the super chat. What's up from Billy P? Thank you so much for the Streamlabs. What's up, good people? My question is simple. If it hasn't been asked, what is the one surprise you want during fandom that hasn't been announced? So Jake,
you didn't read the whole thing.
Oh, # make Man of Steel 2 happen. Jake,
yeah.
What is your one? What is your big surprise that you want to be announced?
It's hard because you never know what DC is going to do. Like, literally, you have no idea what they're ever going to do. I'll go out on a limb, and I don't know how much of a limb this really is. I think we're going to get an announcement of who's playing Jon Stewart. and I will make a prediction that it's going to be Mehcad Brooks from Mortal Kombat, who was formerly in the Supergirl television show.
I like that choice. Are you saying Jon Stewart movie or Jon Stewart in the HBO Max show?
In the HBO Max, possibly movie in the future, but I think Warner Brothers really likes him, and Mortal Kombat went down the poo-poo, and so why not?
Sure as shit,
Jon Stewart. So there you go.
Greenlit the sequel.
He'd be an excellent Jon Stewart.
So there you go.
That's good. Well, all right. I'm going to go around the board real quick because we do have some other things we want to talk about as well. And then we'll end on. I just know that Jake has to head off soon, and then so I just wanted to make sure we did get his prediction. And the other thing, Brandon Buck also donated, so thank you so much for the Streamlabs. He is also asking. So Jake, I'm just going to grab yours from this. How would you react if they announced a Justice League 2
By Snyder.
from Snyder?
If it
Just like that.
but I would also say if it's in the vein of what he did for Snyder Cut, then I'm all for it. But if it's not, then what's the point? You know?
Fair.
So,
That is fair, and that's pretty much where I am at too. But we will have a deeper dive and talk about that in a bit. I do just want to move on. So thank you, Jake, so much for hanging out with us. I do understand you have a heart out, so thank you very, very much. And we will grab you on another one of these shows.
We'll get you to
soon.
agree to something again at some point.
Yes,
absolutely.
we absolutely
and
will.
just a quick shameless plug real quick.
Yes.
These two.
Shameless plug all the way.
These two.
How did you figure out the right side? That's always the hard thing.
I'm used to it now. These two will be heading. We're doing live panel reactions on Apocalypse Movies tomorrow on our channel, and Jesse and Brian will be a part of that. They're going to be watching the panels live on the channel. So if you guys want to do that,
It depends on what time I wake up.
go over
I
and
may
do
not have
that.
a voice.
Check it out. But they'll be reacting to the trailers, the panels, all that information. So it'll be right over there. So
The link to that YouTube channel is in the description, people. Everyone go check it out.
Yep.
thank you. Appreciate it.
And yes, I Brian, I have the exact same feeling because it depends on what time I wake up because it is 4 a.m. It is 4 a.m. in the morning.
You're
for
in the
us.
future. That's a whole different thing.
All right. Thank you, Jake, so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Appreciate it. Night, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. So before we get into our predictions and what we want and all that, I do just want to make one last one because I completely forgot that Aquaman actually comes out next year. It's not a 2023 movie. It's a December movie. So we have 4 DC movies next year.
And they were saying that, right? They were going to release,
much.
4 in theaters
That's
from
so
now
much.
on, and then a couple
Yeah.
on HBO Max as well, right?
Do we get anything from this movie other than a behind the scenes? Do we get something?
I think
So
we'd be lucky to get it behind. Sorry.
No, so Jesse, go.
I was just saying, I think we'd be lucky to get that because I think we saw a costume reveal, but I think they just started filming pretty recently. And because it's a sequel, I feel like they don't have to build up as much. Like when we got The Suicide Squad, because it was a new interpretation, they wanted to get something out as soon as possible. It's the Batman, it was the beginning of a new Batman, or the first Aquaman. I feel like they want to get ahead of those things. It's more important for them to advertise Black Adam than Shazam 2. Because people already have built-in hype for those franchises. So I kind of feel like that for Aquaman. They might be like, hey, here's us shooting, we're on set, something. I think if we get a minute of footage, that's more than we could ask for this film.
The only reason why I think there's a chance is this is the only DC film so far to make $1 billion in the DCEU. It's
also
only
the
one
only DCEU film next year, the one that's part of the main continuity.
The Flash technically is, but it's also it is rebooting the whole stuff, and I think also Black Adam is the Batman's the only one that's not. However, this is also the only one of this entire franchise to make $1 billion. They're gonna put money behind this one, and I think it being a year, I do think December is tough. But I don't know. I have a feeling we could possibly get a very, very short teaser.
Very important question. Very most important question. if they're gonna put money into this, does this mean we get like a real wig for Amber Heard and not that Party City fucking crap that she got in the first movie?
Can we get her?
Or they can just dye her hair because if you're getting paid millions of dollars,
How much
you
are
should
they
be able to
actually
just
going to
dye your
show
hair.
Amber
Look,
Heard?
look, I'm willing. I want to start a betting pool of how many minutes she's actually going to get of screen time in this
Apparently,
movie.
Warner Brothers and James Wan are happy with her. Apparently,
I mean, that's why I want to start up this whole thing, because that's a take to be like, we're going to put as much Amber Heard in this film as possible.
I'd be willing to make a bet on
So-
how much is she in the trailer.
it was a
'Cause,
mistake in the first movie
Yeah.
before we knew how horrible of a person it was. Like having that much Amber Heard is bad already, and then it's like she's also a garbage person
She's not
and
a good
actress.
actress. She's not good at acting. She is.
They
very
should
bad.
really
She's
throw
beautiful,
people off.
guys,
And,
so.
They should really throw people off and give her a Russian accent this time too.
No, go back to Cockney. I want the Cockney back.
Yeah,
from
I do
Side of
too.
Hill.
I want more of whatever that was. That was a thing.
Something.
I literally, when I heard that, I think I turned to you and I was like, "Did I just have a stroke? Is she
That's right, yeah,
like, what is this act?"
forgot that
What?
she had that in this.
I
smoke.
was so.
I'm here
not
for
ready
Jared
that.
Leto calling her a fish stick.
Brian, where are your predictions on this movie? Do you reckon we'll get anything?
I think we'll get the new Pitbull song that randomly pops up in the middle of
Yes. The Africa remix.
Marisol,
God.
It's going to be a Beatles remix.
Oh no!
Huh?
Marisol, what do you
Do you have
reckon?
any thoughts?
On what specifically?
Aquaman 2.
On anything we could be getting from Aquaman 2.
Oh, God. Aquaman too.
I think she resents the question.
That's fair.
She's like, I'm not a fan of Pitbull, so no.
Pitbull threw her off. She went, "Oh God, Pitbull! I'm having war flashbacks."
No, this one is probably honestly the irony. What you're saying is it's the most successful, much to my chagrin, because it's my least favorite DCEU film. Like, I'm just like, it's fine. It's I just have I don't have a whole lot of. I appreciate Aquaman so much, and Jason, like, talk about like chef's kiss casting. You know, it's just the film actually itself, you know, I love him as a character. It's just the film actually itself just leans a little bit. It's kind of what you were saying, Paige, about how what you didn't appreciate about Shazam. Aquaman is that splash of corniness in the DCU for me. And I'm just like,
Splash of corniness, eh?
Hey, I like that.
So I'm trying to. I don't even have really much predictions for the sequel. I just think it's going to double down. I think it's going to be, you know, I think it is going to be just kind of just more of the same. Honestly, I think just skip me.
I actually want to jump off of something that she's saying. I do think it was a bit of a, and I don't know if you'll agree with me, Marisol, but I think it was a bit of a missed opportunity for them, because with the casting of Jason Momoa, you can take Aquaman to a bit of a darker, grittier place, because we've seen that from him as an actor, and his image is very much something you can do with that. And instead, they were like, "Let's corn this the f up,
Yeah,
all the way."
Yeah, like you cast Khal Drogo as Aquaman, and then like instead they're like, "What's the angle?" Okay, we really want to just like, "My man," like the whole movie. We want that
Like
energy.
MCU.
We want
basically.
we want beer bro energy.
But then they went to Gungan City. It was really cool.
And met Julie and Giant Lobster Julie Andrews.
Yes.
Oh,
As of right now,
Yes,
we
I
are
actually kinda
13 and a
dug her.
half hours away.
oh God! Oh boy.
But that's just my hot take, is they cast Khal Drogo and then we're gonna turn him into a surfer bro instead of being like, this could be like a horror movie, like Aquaman kind of cool
Right. It
take.
could be the
I
most
still
intense
say
Aquaman.
replace Amber Heard with Emilia Clarke and just complete the circle.
Abby,
At least he's not British anymore.
More Nicole Kidman in Fish Scales is what I want.
is
Did
Nicole?
die?
Has
Did
she
she die? I
been
don't
announced
remember.
yet? I don't even
Did
know.
she-
She's still alive,
Did
but
she-
she's not.
Okay, I
announced
don't
yet
remember
for
what
the
happened in
cast.
Aquaman. I just remember
Yeah,
like
alive,
I
Abby.
understand.
yeah, okay. I just remember like 2018 and 2019 was like like post Justice League, they were like, we're just gonna make movies and make them stay in their lane. And it was just like, here's Aquaman, here's Shazam. They are harmless movies, and they are not going
Please
to
don't
like
hate us.
yeah, like we're just, you know what, we're just doing what we can to get by right now. And like that's like how I remember like specifically like Aquaman and Shazam, which were both movies that were fun and harmless. And but also I can't remember anything that happened besides Nicole Kidman in Fish Scale. So
I mean, she was working him.
Oh yeah.
She was working him. So I don't blame you for remembering that.
Adam?
Yeah, Aquaman is too long, but there's stuff in it I enjoy. I think you can take Momoa's version of the character to fun places and interesting places. I think there's a foundation there to build off of. But you know, I'm not entirely sure what the angle is of this new movie. I'm not as well versed in Aquaman's rogues gallery, so I'm interested to see who might pop up. To duke it out with him. I mean, I know Black Manta's coming back,
and Orm Patrick Wilson is already like training and stuff.
Well, I hope that he has a full-blown musical number in this one where he
Yes.
confesses his love to the Brine King. But short of that, no, I am excited to see more of this character, but with modest expectations, because that first movie was, it made its point pretty quick, and then it kept going, and I mean we'll see, but I support Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Paige.
Yeah, honestly, pretty much what Adam, like, kudos to what just Adam said, because I'm pretty much on the same wavelength. If like, I just don't even know like what the take on the sequel is. So I guess I don't know. We'll see. I don't think we're gonna get anything. I think maybe they'll give us some like photos, or maybe I don't even know. Maybe James Wan will pop up and just be like, hey guys, here's some cool sea turtles and seahorses. Jason Momoa was riding a seahorse. I don't know. I'm like, I wish there was. I just wish the film was darker. It was all right. It had some good moments in it, but at the same time, I don't know what we can expect from kind of a sequel. So I don't know. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna get anything, but.
I don't really know if they you know how a lot of people complain that movies like are made and then they set up a sequel. I don't even know what the sequel to Aquaman.
I just don't know what we could expect.
Nothing was set up at the end of the first Aquaman.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. It sounds shitty to say because I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman, but I just don't have any interest for a sequel at all. And that was the first DCEU movie to make $1 billion. So I think they're just like, whatever. We don't need to put out that much stuff because it's gonna get the fans coming back no matter what. But I don't even know.
That's
for
fair.
a movie goer myself. I just don't know what to expect. Nor do I really even care to expect anything. I don't know.
To play devil's advocate for like 10 seconds, I think there's a lot of people that really didn't care about the first Aquaman coming out until they saw a lot of the first trailers and start looking like fun. So I think we might be approaching kind of the same similar things. Once the trailers and TV spots start rolling out, we might like, yeah, let's go see this. This looks like fun.
I think people want to see more of it after the Snyder movie too.
And also, look, it is James Wan. Like, it's probably one of the most talented directors.
He has a lot of questions to answer about Malignant, but that's another.
that's another what his channel is going to be on if he gets on tomorrow.
People are like, Aquaman's coming out, but what the hell was that?
Yeah, what just happened in that film? Yeah.
Okay, so just very quickly off movies, and then I reckon we'll do our final predictions. Just obviously, look, they're probably gonna talk about the video games for a little bit. I'm very excited for both of these games, and Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Sadly,
it ain't about those. It ain't about those.
Yeah, I sadly I do think we're gonna hear it. How hey, yeah, we know we said 2022. It's actually 2023. Sorry, guys. I think we're gonna get one of those announcements because it is the video game industry, and that's what happens. But we'll probably get another trailer, and we'll probably get some more deeper dives, and I don't think we'll get any other games announced or anything unless anyone's got any other. Anyone got any other predictions?
Falsehoods. Jesse and I
okay.
are on train right now.
Everybody knows that it goes Mortal Kombat 9, Injustice, Mortal Kombat 10, Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat 11. Where's Injustice 3? We are like 2 years waiting. There's no announcements. There's all these rumors and sprinklings and hints and teases, and everyone's been mum's the word. And it's like, I think the worst kept secret in fighting video games right now. Bring me Injustice 3. The comics were a huge hit. Some of the best things have ever happened. The storytelling has only gotten better. The second game is immensely superior to the first. And it's just incredible. That's all.
Hopefully they're getting the Masters Universe rights secured. For
Damn it, Adam. Yeah, DLC. We had
at least make
Turtles.
He-Man a playable character. Him and Skeletor.
We had Hellboy and Ninja Turtles in the second game. Bring
You
it
had like
on.
Freddy and Jason. And all these
That's Mortal Kombat. That wasn't
None.
Injustice.
Oh, didn't a killer come into?
Joker went to Mortal Kombat and then had fatalities.
John Wick needs to be in the next Mortal Kombat.
The only thing I could there's one other games thing which isn't really DC, so I don't know if they'd announce it here. But the one thing I could see happening is Xbox come out and go, we have bought Warner Brothers games, which that could happen, but I don't think this would be the event to announce it.
I have a question. Can I ask a question to the table?
Yes.
Panel? Do you guys think, because it's Vertigo, or some of it was, do you think we'll get anything from Sandman at the Netflix series at DC Fandom? It's technically a DC property. Okay.
I don't think so. The only reason I say that is because I think they're going to be focusing too much on the CW and the HBO shows. I think that
makes more sense.
They're going to be
Netflix
is
kind of like another, even though it's a DC property, it's like a little stepchild.
It's its own thing, yeah. All right. Well, let's very quickly touch upon those TV shows. Obviously, Supergirl finishes this year. We're getting it's having its final season this year. Legends of Tomorrow, they've already announced that they're going to be doing a 100th episode special for it. My big prediction with this one is I think Flash gets announced. This is the final season. We're obviously also going to get the big giant crossover trailer for this year that they always do, but I think we do get the official announcement. This is the end for the Flash. Does anyone else have anything about these CW shows that they want to mention, or the TV shows in general?
Well, mine's not at CW.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
But I'm very interested to see if they're going to announce anything about the Michael B. Jordan Superman show on HBO Max. Because they announced
That's
that.
Right, I forgot about that. Yes.
I'm curious if we'll get any. I think we're going to get some casting news on it, which I'm very intrigued, and maybe like more plot details about it. So I don't know. I'm intrigued with that whole thing. I still want Henry Cavill as our Superman. I don't know if that ship has sailed or not, but Michael B. Jordan's just producing it? I can't remember off the top of my head.
No, he's starring apparently.
Oh, so he is starring. Okay.
Apparently, yeah. So
So I'm down for that as a TV show. So I wanna hear some casting news in regards of that, and I don't know, maybe get some more info in regards of that show.
You know what I would love, which I just don't think is gonna happen. I don't know what would happen. But what my thing that I want to see, one of my biggest things that I want to see from DC is live action Justice League Dark. Like I just want just want that so badly. I know that I know they've been talking about a film, like a film has been like an idea or like whatever.
Wasn't Del Toro attached at one point?
For a little while, but J.J. Abrams is supposed to be heading a series on HBO Max.
Oh, then that's all I wanted to hear. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Let me look up some details. Go on about Justice League Dark, because that's one of my favorite DC properties.
Ana de Armas as Zatanna.
Oh my god.
So that seems like obvious. I will raise you one better. I want to see, I keep forgetting her name, but Yennefer from The Witcher.
Ooh, also good choice.
I don't know the actress's name, but she's like the main mage on The Witcher, and she's great. And I want more of her, and I would rather see her than Ana de Armas. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Her name is Anya Chalo.
Oh, stop it! Their names are that close.
Jesus Christ, right? Yeah.
It actually is. Yeah. Oh wow.
Well, that's who I would want to see. And yeah, I'm oh, that makes me so happy. I was like, more over than a movie. I don't want to see a movie of like all those characters in one. I want to see a series,
Yeah.
and that
They
makes
could
me-
flesh it out for
And
us, which
yes,
would be
and
better.
I want to see it done live action.
I have the article.
Well, good. Yeah.
It just
share.
is adapting it to a series. Warner Brothers' upcoming streaming service, HBO Max. J.J. Abrams'
thank
Bad Robot
Christ.
production label.
That just made my night. No, that's what I want. I want that fleshed out.
Bring Swamp Thing back.
I close it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that too. I was more. For me personally, I'm just coming from the angle that I will always champion Constantine. I love that movie. I really do, and I rewatch it a lot, and I bring it up a lot. And that wasn't even like that was like neutered Constantine, like, you know. And I still thought it was like a really great movie. I thought it was a really great movie, and you want to talk about like the actual potential, then if they actually want to dive into the character of John Constantine and want to actually do anything similar to the comics or the animated movies or anything. There's just so much potential. And the last time, and all we have of Zatanna is my first. I honestly, it's embarrassing, but like my first introduction to her was on Smallville, and that's not a good way to get introduced to any character. I feel like is through late season episodes of Smallville. So I really want something a lot less corny. I really want a version a lot more legit than that.
That's what the J.J. Abrams is producing. It's actually a new Smallville.
No.
It's titled Smallville Dark.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything else they want to mention about before we jump into predictions and anything else? Does anyone have anything else they want to jump in?
I know it. I like obviously I don't. Sorry to break everyone's hearts. I didn't actually have a scoop. I don't think Condiment King's really going to come out. But my point was,
I was going to ask you if he was because I didn't look at it yet.
my point was, yeah. Well, I am giving it away at the end page. So no, seriously though, like, given the way people glommed on to Polka Dot Man, I think there is a market out there for a ground level quirky show about an odd villain or an odd rogue that, you know, might be off the beaten path, like, you know, an F or a G list even. And I just like the idea of a character like that wandering around in Gotham City or Metropolis, and we're getting their perspective on the story, and we incidentally experience, you know, the larger picture from time to time. But I think what DC's done so well, they've diversified their content, and some of it doesn't always land, but I'm finding myself going into DC movies now and finding them wonderfully unpredictable, and that's important. And I'd like to see more series in the vein of things they're talking about, like with Peacemaker and stuff like that. And as far as Swamp Thing's concerned, I sadly haven't seen the show yet, but I would like a low budget film of Swamp Thing. And I want them to pull one of the Batman villains, preferably Solomon Grundy or Clayface, to be his enemy in that. So that's fantasy, but I do think Swamp Thing deserves better. Jesse.
That's what James Wan should be doing. Like, I think give all
be a natural fit.
Because I think he was he influenced or had something to do with the show, which was so damn good and so heartbreaking to know that it was canceled before anyone ever watched it.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You're right. One thing we did miss very quickly, Jesse and Brian, do you guys want to talk about Peacemaker?
Brian, guy, you want to go first, or you just?
I just want to see John Cena act like an idiot. That was like my favorite part about Suicide Squad.
It's a pretty easy sell, I think.
Yeah,
it's like, do you want a lot of juvenile humor and gore?
Yep,
and goofiness and
tidy whities and note taking.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have a character called just the Vigilante in that show, and so I think it's gonna be just a whole bunch of D-grade DC characters.
I think that's
because
where
James
you're going to
Gunn-
see, Adam, what you just
Yeah.
said.
Crispin Glover for Condiment King.
Yeah.
Do it.
I bet you we get our first full trailer for Peacemaker. To be honest,
Yeah, no,
actually.
that
Yes,
I think they've
100%.
already said that they're going to do that. So that
Okay.
would, I'd be shocked if they didn't. But yeah,
That comes out January, right?
yes.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
been
sooner
there.
than I thought. Yeah.
Oh well, then.
I'm actually very pumped for that. I want to see if he'll eat a bunch of dicks on a beach.
I honestly, is it bad that I just want to see him get his ass kicked for like 6 or 8 episodes or whatever it is?
No.
He's a villain.
Shot in the neck a couple more times.
And somehow survive.
Somehow.
Oh, okay.
Peacemaker
One question.
returns.
Okay, so it's a prequel, right?
No, it's a sequel.
Yeah,
It's set afterwards. So
Oh,
when he's
wow.
worked as their punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what the post-credit scene was setting up. The post-credit scene, spoiler for the Suicide Squad, is setting up
that group that kind of betrayed Waller.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Look. John Cena's fine. Peacemaker's shit. I never want to see anything from that Suicide Squad character ever again after that dumb movie. Get out. Okay, here's the real.
Wait, do you not like that movie?
I fucking hate the Suicide Squad.
I actually didn't
Wow.
hear first.
Wow.
Hate it.
I just
hate
didn't
it.
know that. Like,
Yeah, I hate
I
it.
respect your opinion. I just did not know that you
I-
feel that way.
With a burning passion, I hate it so much. Okay, anyway, we're not going to get into that because
my
that's
God.
a whole thing.
That's a lot.
My
Taylor,
take
imagine
is-
that movie with Palpatine in it. I'm sorry.
I mean, it might be better because he would kill them all and I would never have to fucking deal with it. Anyway, we're not getting into this. My thing, if we have to put up with a fucking Peacemaker show that's going to be hot garbage because that character is hot garbage with John Cena playing him, what I want is I want a prequel drama series with Ratcatcher 2. I want some Taika Waititi. I want some Danielle and Melchior. That's what I want. Give it to me. Give it to me right now.
Preach.
Give her what she wants, please.
I just wish Taylor was more honest about her feelings.
Yeah.
It always comes through.
Look, I don't get to go off very often because I try to be very I don't want drama on my Twitter timeline. I don't want people coming at me. But every once in a while, I have very strong feelings about something. And I wish, I literally wish I lived in a timeline where I enjoyed the Suicide Squad even a little bit, but I do not. And so now here we are.
Speak your truth, girl.
But King Shark
So
is
would
babies.
you want for your prediction? Would you want a David Ayer
Yeah.
cut?
No, I mean,
Would
I'd
you like
rather
that
watch-
version better?
I'd rather watch David Ayer's Suicide Squad, yeah, personally. So there's my hot take. But
All right.
yeah, you're welcome, everybody.
All right.
Do
Before
you
we
have
get
a review
into
I can watch? What is it?
Yeah.
No, we never
I
actually
was-
did one. We were going to, but then we
And then Taylor
We're
started, and you hit pause, and you're like,
No,
You had to
no,
bleep out the whole thing.
we were talking about doing a review, but neither of us really liked it, so it was just
and
gonna
it was,
be.
I wasn't as passionate as you were. I was so just indifferent. I was like,
So it wasn't gonna be a great review.
yeah. And that weekend we were also under quarantine, and we had other shit on that weekend. So yeah.
but anyway,
All right. Before we get into our predictions, let's go back to Brandon Buck's donation. So thank you so much, Brandon, for the donation. How would everyone react to a Suicide Squad 2 with Zack Snyder?
a Suicide Squad.
Oh.
too.
So a Justice League 2. Sorry, I am.
Oh, I was like,
Wow.
I would be reacting
Yes.
to that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was like, I'm
how would you
definitely
react
Don't play.
to a Justice League 2 by Zack Snyder? Paige?
I'd be so flipping down. Make it in black and white too. What? That'd be fresh to death. Do I think it's ever gonna happen? I don't think Zack Snyder's ever coming back. But it would be cool, and I would go bonkers for it. So as long as it wasn't like a lot of slow motion and like 10 hours long. So yeah.
So is Zack Snyder, maybe?
Yeah.
Abby?
I think my first question would be like, how much control does he have over it this time? Just in terms of, do we need a Snyder cut to get a good movie, or can he do it the first time and make a good movie? We'll see. So I would be excited because I do love the Snyder cut. But that being said, like Paige said, it is 4 hours long. So I think I would just be more like, and I know that like the relationship between Warner Brothers and him is very interesting. And so I would almost be more shocked that like Warner Brothers approved that than anything else, that it was actually like happening.
Adam?
I'd rather he just makes Man of Steel 2 and
Yeah.
let Darkseid be the villain. I don't care. It doesn't need to be the entire Justice League. I would just be happy to see Superman get his ass kicked by Darkseid and then kick Darkseid's ass. And I also, I don't know how they would retrofit it, but I would like to see them somehow do the Doomsday story right eventually. The way it was, the way that's my biggest issue with BVS was Doomsday. He didn't need to be in that movie, and I think he deserved his own movie. And I like the way in the comics he just shows up as this mysterious, unstoppable force, and that's what he should be. And I'd like to see that. But yeah, Justice League 2, in theory, it'd be cool, but there's just so many moving parts now. It's hard to even fathom them putting that together. And the Batmen are getting out of control already. They really are. And if they did a full blown Justice League with Ben Affleck again, I would go see it, but I would be pre-tired.
Yeah, I think it would confuse the fucking storyline, timeline, shit all over the place.
Marisol?
Yeah, as much as I like in my heart, my theoretically, I'm just like, God, shut up and take my money. But it's being idealistic. It's Snyder. It's so complete what he did with Justice League, and he made it knowing that this could be very likely would be his swan song with WB. And I just think that is complete enough, and it is gratifying enough to see where it would go without actually having to see the next films. And I would second 110% what Adam just said about Man of Steel 2. I would, if you twisted my arm, I feel complete. Of course, I would watch 3 more Snyder Justice League films. He always has pretty much a lot of, you watch any Snyder film, he's had from the very beginning a lot of creative control over his films. So I'm not worried about them taking away, like that, getting in the way of it. The only time it really came to a head was BVS, and when we saw the ultimate cut. Obviously, he had a personal tragedy that derailed him and took him away from Justice League. But the only time I really saw, like, it seemed like the studio kind of interfered, just kind of clipped his vision, was with the theatrical release of BVS. Everything else, fucking, if Sucker Punch is allowed to exist in all its glory, certainly another Justice League movie could, I think, under Snyder's hands. But yeah, Man of Steel 2, much would rather have his energy put there and make fucking Brainiac the villain. I am so waiting for Brainiac to pop up in some kind of, that is just such a natural, perfect, instead of Lex Luthor for the fucking 60th time.
Now I have to take that out of my notes. I just put Brainiac notes on the side.
No. Well, we can discuss it. I think especially just how important and how well and how deeply connected Clark is, how much the history of Krypton and the AI of Krypton, the living memory of Krypton, is such an important. It's Brainiac set up so perfectly in Man of Steel, so perfectly.
Just bring back Tim Burton to do the Brainiac story.
You're just you're just asking for it in Man of Steel 2. And I do want Snyder to do it because I think he will, continue everything he got so well in Man of Steel. But yeah.
Jesse.
All right. So I second the Brainiac and I second the Man of Steel 2. 100%. I think Man of Steel is Zack Snyder's best movie. I mean, I think Man of Steel is his best movie, and I think the Snyder Cut is his second best movie for me. And so discussing the continuation, the problem is, like, with the Snyder Cut, he kind of sloppily towards the end threw so many things together because, like, this is my last hurrah, so I'm going to have all these open things. and I feel like it'd be a weird taking off point because it's a little unfocused with the additives. Oh, there's a dog in my ear. I say a while ago, I definitely would have won it, but I think the whole DCEU is so convoluted and unfocused, and it doesn't have the uniformity that it was trying to have when Justice League was first conceptualized. So I have very mixed feelings about it. I would love to see Zack Snyder come in on a continuation of the DCEU as a consultant, because I think he has some really great ideas. I think he has made some of the most beautiful comic book movies that have ever been created. But I think he does flounder sometimes, a la maybe like a George Lucas, when he's not collaborating with somebody. I'm not saying somebody should be controlling him or restricting him, but I think it'd be good to get another brain trust on the project. So Solo, Zack Snyder, Justice League 2, I'm not ready for it.
Brian.
Yeah, it's not happening. No way.
That's not the debate, Brian. We got to think of a fantasy land here. We got to go into the dreaming world.
Okay. All right. So, okay. How would you react though if it did?
Utter shock but more that I think Abby, you said it, that Warner Brothers would allow it to happen. There's no way. They're strict. I think it's strictly them. If they it would have to be in this contract for them to be like, you can't get involved. I'm going to do what I want to do. And there's no way that Warner Brothers is going to be okay with that. There's no way.
He'd have to have Final Cut. Absolutely, actually have Final Cut.
And with him, it would probably be, he would want it to be like a three and a half hour movie, and they would be like, absolutely not. No way.
Yeah, there's no way.
Like if they gave Final Cut, it would be okay. You can have Final Cut, but it's PG-13 and it's less than 2 hours. Yeah. So it's PG-13 and it's 3 hours and it's less than 3 hours tops. Like that would be the caveat if he did get Justice League 2. All right. Now the moment of truth, guys, and people in the chat. I want to hear your predictions as well. So we're gonna. Yes. So please put your predictions in, and we'll put them up on the screen. Let's go through biggest prediction. What is outside of what we know, outside of the trailer, outside of trailers? What is your biggest prediction for tomorrow? What are we getting announced, or what is getting shown? Adam, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I know we've been kind of talking about this in different capacities, but I don't know about a literal film project, but I think you could bring down the house if you just let people know that in some capacity Henry Cavill is back for good. Like, he is officially back, and just tease it at that. I mean, if you want to say it's an official Man of Steel sequel or something else, but that he's firmly still Superman, I would lose my mind. I'm just so sick of the inconsistency of it. And at this point, we've kind of resigned ourselves to the fact that they're probably moving on. But I would love to be proven wrong. And I was proven wrong with the Snyder Cut, that basically that it existed. And that's just kind of my vague hope that Henry Cavill will be brought back into the family officially and properly. And we might have future projects to look forward to. I won't get carried away beyond that. That's really my sincerest hope.
Jesse, what's your biggest prediction?
Booster Gold HBO Max show.
Oh, all right.
Nothing to go off of, but I just think that would be the thing to do.
Okay.
And then you tie it in with the Blue Beetle movie.
What was the I know what you asked, but was it like most shocking thing, or just like
what's your biggest prediction? What do you like? What is the thing? What is the thing? What was the big thing we'll be talking about tomorrow?
Well, the answer to that is probably going to be the Rob Pattinson Batman. I feel like is what people will be talking about. I'm also
we're making something up. I'm sorry.
Oh no, like yeah, it can be something you can make up as well if you want. Like, what is your biggest hope or to come out of this?
I think that they will announce Man of Steel 2 and 3, and it will be starring Nick Cage. So
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, please, someone. I need it.
It'll be all claymation too.
yeah,
Yes.
but I
That's-
also am excited for Supergirl stuff with like
What?
that one actress they announced on HBO
Yeah,
Max, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna have it's also going to be a show,
Oh,
right?
I think maybe
She's in the
I-
Flash.
a
as
movie?
well, right?
I don't know.
remember if it's a movie or a
She's
show, but
she's in the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's in the
she'll
Flash,
be in the
okay.
Flash.
And
Yeah.
then
I'd say
okay,
they're
maybe that
developing
was what
a
they
movie for
announced. I
everybody.
might be making up the HBO Max. Like, I remember something like a movie or show, but I'm excited for her. Queen, can't remember her name, but I'm excited.
All right.
Mine is, and this is more of a hope than anything, but I'm hoping that we get more information about Batgirl
Mm-hmm.
because we got our Leslie Grace casting, but I really want them to announce who's actually playing Gordon.
Yeah.
In
Who's her
like,
dad?
Who's her dad actually gonna be?
Yep.
And I want to
Yes.
get a little bit more info from this because I'm.
Oh,
What?
we got
Who's
Echo.
echoing? What's happening? But I want to get more information about Batgirl because I'm actually really, really excited about the Leslie Grace casting, and to just get a show about this, and I'll be very interested to see if the rumored casting of J.K. Simmons is actually what happens, or
Or if it's Jeffrey Wright.
or if it's Jeffrey
Yeah.
Wright.
Which one is?
Or if it's someone completely not either of those people.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons was confirmed, I thought.
No,
I-
it's a rumor.
It's still
Oh, is
rumored.
it?
It's a
Okay.
rumor.
Well, because J.K. Simmons was believed to have been her when it was Whedon's movie, but now that no one knows what's happening with that one, if it's
The
cancelled or
Hollywood
started
Reporter.
again.
THR says J.K. Simmons.
Okay, but I'm still everywhere else I look says it's rumored, so I'm not buying it until
Yeah,
we get.
well,
something.
hopefully we get
Like,
confirmation tomorrow.
I'm not buying it until they go up on Fandom and say this is what's happening.
Yeah,
because everywhere else I look says rumored.
Paige.
Well, mine was definitely gonna be like Henry
Whoa.
Cavill coming back.
What just happened?
Oh, your mic's cutting in it, like it's
Mine
cutting
is.
in and out. Yeah.
Hear me now.
No, I don't
No.
know what's going on.
I might get back to you, Paige, and if you just want to, yeah, Marisol.
This is not on the radar at all. I just know that it was just such a fan favorite. It was so big 20 years ago, especially. I would just love a revival if they. This is not on the radar at all. But
You
if
can
there
say
was
Smallville. It's okay.
yeah, because you know how I feel about
It's been
Smallville.
20 years, but
No, but some revival, and it could just be another animated show. A revival of Batman Beyond would make me very, very excited. Quite a big fan of Batman Beyond, and it's just I don't want it to be treated as a one-off from like the early 2000s, or very of its time.
Do you have a Terry McGinnis in mind if they did live action? Dylan O'Brien? No?
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you. I also enjoy.
No. That's actually a really good thing. I actually will think about that. Terry McGinnis always to me, I feel like they designed him after that guy who was on Roswell back in the WB in like the 90s. Which nobody knows who that is. Jason something. Yeah, I know that like. Well, I guess I don't think Batman Beyond would get any kind of push, but maybe since Nightwing, we have a Nightwing movie that's gonna be out in the works. Maybe that by extension will revitalize some interest in reviving Batman Beyond and old man Bruce, whatever you want to call it, and young Terry. So that's what I would. That's a long shot, a very, very long shot. But if there was any little whisper of that, any little chirping of that, I would be excited.
And Paige.
Can you hear me now?
Ooh, it's still.
Is that-
Yeah, no, it's still.
Try
just like-
unplugging and plugging back in.
Yep,
Mike.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Have you tried turning it on and off again yet?
Or just pull it.
All right. So my prediction, my one is, I know they announced that they canceled it, and I know that they have said we are no longer doing this movie, and that she has even come out and said we're not doing this.
However,
I think I know.
I think Ava DuVernay announces I'm coming back and we are actually doing New Gods. And
Does that
New
mean
Gods,
the trench is also happening?
No, Trench is done. Trench is
Okay.
done.
Just clarifying.
But Ava DuVernay does come back and actually does make the New Gods movie, and Warner Brothers go, yeah, we're going to do Darkseid, and Darkseid is announced as is essentially the big villain that is going forward. That's my big prediction. I think that's the thing that we'll be talking about tomorrow, and that is a big giant thing. Paige.
let's try this again.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, there we go.
Yay, so exciting. Oh, well, Colin stole my answer with Henry Cavill. But for me,
Do what I
I
can.
honestly, this is even really a prediction. It's more of a hope. I just want there to be like a plan set out for like the DCEU. Like, give me like a 5-year plan and be like, all right, this is actually what is going to happen, or like what is in the development for the future. Because I feel like they just always will shoot random stuff for like, oh, we're gonna make this and that. Like, I want stuff. I don't know. I like that the MCU ties everything together. In a sense, not that DC has to do that, but I don't know. I like the cohesive of all the stories somehow tie in with one another. So I kind of want that in a sense. Or I mean, we've already hinted pretty much we're getting the multiverse, but just give us the multiverse. Like, just officially be like, yep, this is what it is. Because I'm curious that we have Batterson and Affleck, and now Michael Keaton's, like, they're all in the same universe, which is just crazy. And my mic is still crap.
Oh, good.
Yes.
All right. So the only other thing that we haven't mentioned that I do think will actually get announced tomorrow.
My
is-
pick.
Oh, sorry, Brian. Sorry.
Yeah, Brian has an opinion.
Hey, you're officially on. You are now officially a part of
Yay.
Finally Tailored. I have forgotten to go to
To
you.
go to you.
To
Yep.
go to you. You
It's
are
a-
now officially a part of Wow, I nearly said this was take 3. Wow,
Wow.
that's a blast
That's
from
a
the past.
TBT.
I thought you were gonna say Taylor Find or backwards.
Taylor.
Taylor Find.
You're officially a part of Finally Tailored because I have forgotten to go to you. So, Brian, what is your
Right,
big
that's
giant prediction?
That we're finally gonna meet Mephisto.
Wait.
No, I'm kidding.
Do you know
Well-
how great it would be though if they came out
Oh my
and like
God.
did a psych out, like did a
Yeah,
fake
this
out
is-
where
this
they're
is
like,
Mephisto.
yeah, like do like a whole. Oh,
It'd
it'd be
be-
so funny.
Amazing.
I think in DC they just use Satan, right?
Yeah.
Just straight up
They
Satan.
They
Yeah.
don't beat around the hell bush.
No.
Well, Jake's an a-hole and stole mine because he knows Green Lantern's my favorite, and he got that idea from our friend. So I think we will completely know everything about the Green Lantern TV series.
Yeah, because so far we've had one casting.
Yes.
I don't even think we've had that.
Yeah, we have
Guy Gardner was casted.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Guy
the
Gardner.
guy
Yeah.
from American Horror Story.
That's
So yeah, I think I feel like that movie was supposed to come out in like 2016. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think
No.
we'll finally know what's going on with that completely.
The last one that we haven't mentioned at all that I do actually think is going to get announced tomorrow because they haven't announced it yet. But I do think it will be sans its director is Wonder Woman 3. So I think we'll get some details about that. However, I don't think Patty Jenkins is going to be attached. So I don't. I think Patty Jenkins is off making her Star Wars movie and is still very angry at Warner Brothers. So I think.
Wait, why is she mad? Because of theater
The
release?
HBO Max
Okay.
stuff. So I have a feeling we are going to be getting a bit of that. That's the other thing that I think we could see. I would not be shocked if this entire event is very heavily focused on back in theaters of
I think it's them establishing a line of this is our theatrical stuff.
Yeah,
This is
that's
our
what I was gonna
HBO
say.
stuff. Yeah.
Make it
And
clear, don't muddy the waters too much. It's like,
I have a feeling this is them. Tomorrow is going to be the first opportunity they really have to try and mend the relationship that they blew up last year with a lot of filmmakers and are trying very hard to fix. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be. I'm fascinated by tomorrow. But has anyone else got any other final giant predictions they want to make before we wrap this show up? And thank you so much to everyone for hanging out with us.
Any other hot takes?
Any other giant hot takes?
Injustice
All right.
3 or we riot.
Yay!
All right, guys. I just want to thank everyone on this panel. Thank you so much for doing all this. Everyone's description is down in the link below.
Everyone's descriptions are down in the link below.
I am
Christian Bale.
tired. I'm gonna let you say good. You do the outros because you're
Alright.
good at them.
Great, thank you. You set me up for failure immediately with that. Love that. Thank you to everyone in the chat who's hung out. Thank you to everyone who sent in their Streamlabs and their super chats, and everyone who supported and sent in questions. We really appreciate everyone hanging out with us, being a part of the show, everyone hanging out and putting up with our ridiculous hot takes and all of our nonsense, because at least I had a lot of fun today. I can't speak for the entirety of the panel, but I'm going to say that everyone had at least a decent enough time. So that's cool. Thank you to everyone on the panel for donating their time. Thank you to Jake for finally agreeing to come on the show for 5 minutes. That's cool.
Jake.
But everyone's links are in the description. So go follow everyone on social media. I don't know we have a bracket show coming up.
We have a bracket show on Sunday. Unfortunately,
I don't know
Adam
who's going to be on the show at this point, but it'll be some of the crew that you guys are used to seeing.
The other thing we are going to announce now, because we are running out of time and I need to announce it.
Yes.
Next Saturday, we're going to Spectacular this year, and this Saturday we're going to be doing a fundraising stream with a lot of guests in the community, and a lot of people are joining. So if you guys want to come hang out,
it's never too early to donate.
Yes, it's very expensive to get from here to America.
It is.
It's very expensive, especially in COVID times. So
especially towards the end of the year when holidays are happening.
So we are going to be doing a potentially 12-hour stream with a lot of special guests,
a lot of different tiers of
Wait, we don't have to be on for 12 hours though, right?
Abby,
it is mandatory. It's mandatory.
Yeah, Abby, you agree.
Okay, everyone.
I did. That's why I'm like,
everyone, shut up. Everyone, shut up. Unless your name is Mara, you don't need to be on the stream for 12 hours. That's it. She is the only one that's going to be on the stream for 12 hours, other than us. Thank you.
Yes. But that is next week. So we're going to start at 2 p.m. Pacific on Saturday. So if you guys want to come out, hang out, we've got a lot of great tiers. We've got a lot of things we're going to be doing, a lot with Jackbox. We're going to do you guys can create a movie bracket for us to do as well. And so it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be drinking.
A lot of drinking. A lot of drinking.
You know, it's going to be a good old time. So if you'd like to come hang out, throw a couple bucks our way. That would be great. It's going to be a fun time. I am promising you right now it's going to be super off the rails. I can't promise you it's going to be any form of family friendly. We may have to delete the stream after it's happened.
It may go very quickly to being a unlisted video.
Yes.
So
get in there while it's live. Hang out with us. It's gonna be a good time.
Well, guys, thank you very much. And until next time, we will see you on Sunday for the bracket show or next week. So thank you, everyone, for our special guests for joining us for this show. And we'll see you. Enjoy DC Fandom tomorrow.
All right, everybody.
Bye.